So I'm finally doing another room tour of the whole bedroom slash gallery. I know I've been promised this for a while now, but I just wanted to keep adding stuff to the room and make it more exciting, so there's actually more to talk about every single time. Some stuff was just a little bit newer, but I feel like now there's still going to be stuff that I haven't done that I've even said in the previous video. But it's far enough along now that I think pretty much where I'm going with this whole aesthetic will pretty much be, you guys will pretty much see the vision for the most part. But I'll still discuss some of the smaller things I still would like to do over time, of course. But really, I guess to get started, I got the wide lens, so just to pan around to give you guys a quick look. So obviously this is basically like office bedroom area. This is where all my work happens. This is where all my personal displays are. And so we have the bed. We got 88 posters, but the two main tanks are 90p, and then the 45C that sits side by side. And then the desk here with our desktop, which is this is the next. We will talk about this here in a second. But this is the Plaza. This is one that will be set up sometime this year, hopefully. But then back to the desk, we have the 60F and the 40F, which are both discontinued now. They do have the 45 and 60F now, but they're different sizes. They're a little bit taller. The dimensions are just a little bit different on those guys. But these are the OG 60F and 45F over there. And then like normal, like kind of like we had last time, but just basically better organized and better thought out this time, and pretty much is going to be its final look now. We got the Dua section, which is all on these shelves going up. Pretty much the only Dua I'm missing at this point is like a Terra base and doing a Terra base in general, and doing the clay block and everything. But I didn't really see any room to put one like that. I definitely could have, but the aesthetic that I kind of went for instead, I just kind of skipped it. And I kind of like the open concept Duas more instead of the lid ones. Obviously, I do have the jars ones, but at least with the Terra base, the taller ones, I did have one right there, but then I switched it for the shallow 20 by 20 by 8. So no big deal. That's what I preferred more. So really, the only thing I'm really missing out of the collection, and some miscellaneous duos, but pretty much have the gist of it for the most part. And not only that, I always like to keep everything up to date too. Obviously, of course, I like to have cooler stuff and older stuff too, but for the most part, I like to keep up what's new around. So some things can always be changing, of course. So I guess we'll just start with the two bigger tanks. We'll kind of work our way to the desk. So the 45C, which I need to personally make a video on because this tank might end up getting tore down, not like removed, just escape. I always talked about how this escape was probably going to always be permanent because I couldn't really see doing anything better in this tank, and it's just going to be one of those tanks where I did for contest one time, and then pretty much just always going to keep it maintained long term. But with how busy I am now, I think the next plan for this, as long as I have the wood pieces, which I'm starting to collect some really nice pieces, so hopefully I can do it soon, and get it going. But basically, the next scape would be very minimalistic, where I'm basically just trying to collect a big piece of manzanita right now. Where I would still use photostone, maybe a lot of the photostone you reused in this tank, and have like it could be an island. It could come from the corner. I really don't know, but basically, what I could guarantee you though is that the scape would come out the tank really cool and branch out of the tank. That's all I really care about. What goes down below, not sure. That's pretty much when I go to escape or whatever happens, whatever we create at the time. But yeah, like I said, I need to make another video on just this tank because it's still going great. It has its troubles. I mean, they're kind of very minimal troubles, but you can kind of see there's some mosses that kind of grow crazy, and um, I trimmed this thing not long ago just to give a big trim in the back. That's why the stems are pretty short. And I kind of pruned up some stuff, but it's just one of those tanks where it's getting up there in age, and it's just stuff's just kind of growing on top of each other, and it's kind of become a mess. But it's still a really great tank, and did a lot of cool stuff with this tank. I really didn't make that many videos at all with this tank because of the contest, and I feel bad now because once I go tear it down, I really didn't make much content with it. But I'll make sure before I tear it down to really do some in-depth videos with just this tank for sure, so you guys can really get a cool up close look and actually detailed look at this tank. But what I can do is actually still open up the cabinet and show you guys. Oh, see, this is pretty much everything in this room is full ADA. Only thing that's really not full ADA is like the filtration on this tank, and the showers are OASs, but other than that, everything's ADA. Light down there, so we got Superjet running that, so pretty basic. Turn that off. And then now this tank you guys are supposed to be seeing right now, but it's close enough now, and I don't think one little sneak peek of it's gonna really hurt anything. But this is the tank that will be used for this year. This is my 90p, so you guys really haven't seen this scape either a whole lot, and you guys will definitely be getting videos after most of the contests this year. But this is what I ended up doing. Again, I didn't have much time for maintenance on a lot of these setups, so I'm still kind of tweaking stuff on this tank, but it still looks really good. It's just, again, it's kind of a mess in some areas. I really need to tweak a lot of things before it gets finalized. Clean up a lot of things. Kind of expose the hardscape a little bit more, which I do like where it's going, but I definitely need to tune it a little bit. So definitely would like to work on that. But yeah, really nice scape. There's probably about 150 chili dry boards in here, so quite a lot of fish in here. I may even down it down when we go to take final pictures too, just because there's a lot going on in this tank. But it really doesn't look too bad. I mean, there's a lot of chilies in here, but it looks pretty cool at the same time though. So got the really tall crypts growing in the corner. But the same deal, down below here is exactly like this one, but one side has CO2 and one side has the filtration, so nothing to really see down there. But it's still running both solar RGBs on both these. That's definitely not going anywhere, for sure. But yeah, basically for this next tank, what I think would look really sweet is just minimalistic, and then stick with like just one nice schooling fish. I mean, it could be really anything. I really don't care. I just kind of want to change up the scape, like maybe some green Cupertyrite boras. I mean, I even like the embers that are in there. I did have Cestropol Daniels in here. Over time, I don't know where those guys have went, but I did restock and just put something in there. So I put these embers in here, and they look really nice. So that's what we end up choosing for there. And then kind of same area up here. Obviously, every year I get this updated, the poster updates. So we should be getting I say that. By the time next year comes around, we should be getting the 2023. So that's still fairly newer, but yeah, that should be getting changed up. We should be receiving 2023 posters pretty soon, so I'll definitely have to get that replaced. But basically, I just get it framed, take it down, frame the new one, so I just keep replacing it with the newer one, keep it all updated. And then we still have this poster, and I have the other poster still. I have a bunch of posters like this, but I still like this one as my main, so I chose to keep it up there. But then, basically what this shelf is still going to be is all my photo blocks. So I'm just gonna slowly keep collecting these. I just haven't really cared to spend the money right now to keep collecting these, but I do have the two ones that I could get a hold of at the time, and then eventually all these will be photo blocks. Cause I really like the concept of these. It could really be anything. Like there's a couple miscellaneous stuff like Tokyo, Rag from ADA, just a couple rare stuff that I have just lingering on here. But for the most part, I have this backlit shelf for the photo blocks. So that's kind of what I'm using that for. And then you kind of pan around, again, bed, and then we got the desk right here. I guess we'll pan back over here. So the Paluda, again, that's going to be set up sometime this year. I'm not in a big rush for it, but you'll definitely see that series for sure, doing something with that. But that'll be a fun tank. Again, I just don't have much time, so I've been kind of slow to set some of these up, unfortunately. And then this tank, I honestly don't know on YouTube where we're at this tank. I don't even know if you guys like where I left off with this tank with you guys, but if you guys haven't even seen that this tank got rescaped like last year, here it is. It's basically just a Icelandic rock Yogumi pretty much with S-wrap ends. I just trimmed it, so it's pretty, that's why it's kind of yellowish on some ends for the Monte Carlo. But then I got some newer plants growing out. I got some S-wrap ends actually flowering here, but then I got these new bulb plants growing out, immersed. So there's a lot of stuff happening. This tank's kind of going through phases too, but this is where my metallic boas are kept. So you see there's a whole bunch. I just fed them, so they're actually all out. But really, really nice. Zoom in there. All metallic jeans. Which, if any of you guys are interested, these are all for sale now. So I do have metallic boas for sale. So just hit me up on Instagram or any other platform if you're interested in buying some of these. I will be shipping them here local in the United States. So if any of you guys are interested in metallic boas or getting some breeding pairs going, or group breeding colonies, I should say, yeah, just definitely let me know. Because yeah, there's a lot of great boas in here, and with all metallic genes, so definitely make you some money for sure. These are not cheap shrimp, but once you get them going, they're like printing money. So, but yeah, this tank really had done nothing different. I mean, it's a pretty nice tank. We still have still runs by an Awaza 100. We got an ONF flat 1. I did add an 88 poster back there with the green there. It just kind of looks nice back up against it, and with the light hanging up like that, it kind of flashes off it real nicely. So that was a cool kind of little touch I did. And then panning over to here, so also we got the computer there where we work. And then this is a 45F. So pretty much same. The only thing I really changed about this tank, obviously if you haven't seen the rescape, that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, the immersed growth on this is really looking really nice. Got some flowering shrimpins too. But yeah, all kinds of stuff. We had red boas. You see the red boas up there. See the red boas in here. So again, really nice stuff in this tank. More red boas. And then, yeah, like I was saying, the only really difference is I have a 88 diffuser on here instead, just for looks. I thought it looked really nice, so I did that. But yeah, other than that, this tank's pretty much stayed the same. Oh, and I guess like since last update, if you guys haven't seen the other update, I did switch the light off for this Duo Soul. This is one of the sponsorship items, so I ended up throwing it on here. I really like this light, so I ended up throwing it on this tank, and I really like it on this tank. It's just kind of a more pendant option. I did have a twin star above this, but also with the ADA light, the RGB on here, the green spectrum looks a little nicer on the ADA, of course, a lot nicer. So the whole tank just looked a lot nicer, and this is more pendulent, so you know, all that immersed growth could actually grow out, and you can actually fully see the top of the tank a lot better. So I really liked it a lot better. So and it looks really good. I think it makes the tank a little fancier. So. And then I guess we'll just start from the left. So we still have our shelves with all the magazines. These are just like more the, I don't want to say standard, but just, you know, nothing crazy magazines. Tropical Hobbyist. We got the Coral Volumes, and then the Hobbyist magazines as well. These guys. So I collect all those. And that's the shelf for those. And so this is the Duo 20x20x8. We just rescaped, and I just did a video on it. So you guys will see that. I don't think I have it uploaded yet. But you guys will see this video coming soon, me rescaping this, so really cool. I got all kinds of plants growing out of the tank, and I'm still going to be adding plants to this. This actually just got redone like last week, so at least the time of this recording, so still doing, but there's a lot of plants, Wabicusa back there, and some other plants that'll be growing immersed, so really cool. So kind of changed it up. I think it looks really nice and really cool. Now this is new, so this too, so these are two Misto stands with ONF Misto lights. I wish ADA made like tall stands like this for like the putt lights, because I probably would have just matched it with ADA, but I just had to go with these, and these are still really nice. But these are all Pathiopedilums that I collect. This one was just in flowers, so you guys just missed what this looked like, but it's about the flower again, but also the weight on them. But I've been collecting a lot of rare types, Pathiopedilums, if you guys want to see. So basically what I'm going to be doing here is just, you know, seeing all these bloom and just kind of, you know, pick and choose and see which ones are the best to keep. And because basically the end goal is here to only have like 2 flowers on each end. I may have multiple in each one maybe over time, but pretty much I'm only just going to keep 1-2 show stop pieces on each light. So I'm basically just buying a lot and just seeing which one I like the most. But for any Pathiopedilum fans, just showing you what I got. This one's double up. This is Ann right there, if you guys want to see. So that's what I have going on there. And then backing up, so now if you remember, this used to be right here, so I kind of switched it up. So now the Wabicusa, well, I say Wabicusa, the pot is right here, but what's changed about it is now it's just this is a genuine ADA Wabicusa, so I replaced it with that, and so I just think it looks a lot cleaner. The Wabicusa looks really clean there, so I really like that. And not only that, it's a genuine ADA Wabicusa, which you can't get here in the United States, so it's just a cool collector's piece in general, and it's just way easier to maintain. Like that, all you have to do is mist it, so yeah, I think it looks really nice. And then this is a new Maru Pot 130 with the stand and puck light. So this will eventually be something. What that is, yeah, I'm not sure, but it'll basically be some just to match the white on white stand. And that's why I put that up there, so the white stand can match the white stand over here on both ends of the window. So it just all looks cohesive, is all. But yeah, that'll be something over time. And then this is new, so you guys just saw this video. So this is another ONF light, but above a Dua 30, I think 30 by 12 by 8, I believe. But yeah, this is a Bucephalandra Island tank, so there's still a lot to grow in this tank. This one's still very, very new, but just a water change on today. So this will be kind of just a little bouquet of Bucephalandra, a little island, corner island. So over time, hopefully we have a lot. Hopefully this looks pretty cool over time. We'll just have to see though. And then I just received AP glass. So I actually hang this right here, my AP glass feeder. Purely just for aesthetics. I don't actually use it, but yeah, I just got that in, so I decided to display it right there so you can see the 80A and 80A on the front there. And then still have my books here. Got all, got my montage of stuff, all the cool stuff I've done and collected. And then I minimalized the book collection so I could fit on this. So basically now I just have my more important books right here that are non-ADA at least right there. And then I do have some cool like other ADA books, little booklets that I got that are behind here. And then up here, I'm actually missing my whole collection. My other collection is actually like double this height, but I have a lot of books that I'm using that are out right now. But I do have a bunch of ADA books, stacked real high. That's where I keep those. And then I got another 130 pot, which also this is a different stand. This is the wood-based stand that says the ADA Lab with the wire stand and the puck lights. That's going right there. And then well, this whole shelf is different. So let me back up actually, because you guys will get kind of confused. So if you guys remember, there used to be a TV right here, and I basically switched out for these shelves. And so now these are backlit shelves, and I decided to basically add this for all my ADA stuff, which worked out 10 times better, because I didn't even use the TV here anyway. So let me jump on here. So this is the all rare the Maru pot stand too, which holds 3 Maru pots, and it gets ran by the Plaluta Light 30. And then, like I said, it holds 3 of these pots. So these are all jewel orchids. Got Green Lightning, cool, and then variegated Japanese jewel orchid right there. You got this guy here, so those are all growing in there. And so except I have all orchids going up here, basically this 130 pot's gonna have like a bouquet of like mini orchids, like epiphytic orchids. So that's kind of the plan for this one at least. And then I got a couple new like really cool new AD books as well that are kind of cool. They're really shiny. Suki Creator, and then a kind of a new product book. Both of those are kind of Japan books, but they're really cool, I thought. Same deal. I have, the rest of my books usually stack up here, and then up here, I'm just gonna go up with you guys. I got more stuff collected. So I got a mug, I got a cool lace bag, Dua Sand, soil, and then just got some boxes and stuff. And I got this cool manzanita that sticks out. Everything's also backlit, so at night all these lights shoot up against the branches, almost looking like like outdoors, shining on trees and stuff. That's kind of the effect I went for, and it looks really cool. So yeah, all these shelves are all backlit and stuff, so it looks really cool. And then up here I have more like really rare ADA books. So I have really really old Aqua journals from the early 90s. So I have some that are 1995, some really early editions. And then I got all the newer ones over here. So I have I just picked a couple cool ones up here that I like, that I have just displayed upright so people can see it. But then then the other ones, I have all the Aqua journals up here with the older ones right next to it. And then same deal, it's got a lot of cool like just random stuff collected in this frame with some Dua stuff as well. So nothing crazy there. Got the new calendar right above there. Get down for you guys. And then as always, I got the 2 calendars I have displayed here, and then my ADA contest certificates. That's where I'm going to keep, like we said before, just keep framing them all along the wall there. So I got the 2. So that was obviously, this tank was that one. So, and then last year's, not last year's, but a couple years ago, the 90p on that one too. So yeah, that's pretty much a quick tour down. Of course, there's even so much more. I'm not even showing you that I have that's in the works, but pretty much for the room part, I just wanted to update you guys, on the room itself. I think it's coming together pretty well. Of course, like I said, there's gonna be stuff like more signs and stuff I want to hang up over time, but for the most part, all the tanks and setups for the most part are pretty much all complete, and this is pretty much how the room's gonna look going forward, and we're just gonna watch everything kind of growing and establish, which will be pretty cool. But other than that, if there's anything I missed, if you guys have questions, if you see anything you have questions on, just timestamp it or ask me on Instagram or down in the comment section. I can get that answered. If there's something you saw or anything, plant name, equipment name, fish name, whatever you want to know, hardscape, just let me know down below if there's anything you want to know. But other than that, I'll definitely make sure I do another room update here in the future as well, so when stuff gets more established and changed. But other than that, follow on Instagram at JJ Aquariums, and I'll see you guys on the next video.